Hey guys, Jason here. So I've got a bunch of old, starting in 1980, going up to 1990 when they moved to a bigger size magazine. Basically, I've got most of all the years 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, and also of the Locksmith Ledger. So what I'm going to do in this series, I did mention one time on Twitter that I was going to do all of them, but that would be a ridiculously long video, and most of us don't have very long attention spans, so I'll probably go year by year. This one I've only got one 1980 magazine, Keynotes, and I've got probably 5 or 6 81 model. So basically this series will be me flipping through it. So starting with November of 1980. Looks like we have a guy torching a safe or welding something there. Alright, HPC pick ad. Now I'm going to do this not really, so you can see we have Aloha, decoding magnetic locks, and so I'm just going to kind of flip through here, not really necessarily, I guess you could pause it and read some of these, but it's up to you. Basically I'll just flip through and see what they put in magazines back then. This is how locksmiths learned stuff. So again, if you really wanted to, maybe you could pause it and screenshot it and maybe read some of this. But it's interesting to see ads from back then. Locksmith. I always wanted to take one of these business reply mails and send it in and see what they do from like 1980. Or there's also in some of these magazines there's like a lot of membership of electing presidents or nominating presidents. I've always wanted to fill one out and send it in. Murphy's Law of Locksmithing. Ooh, sorry about that. And again, I know this is books and all that, but really I was just kind of flipping through to let y'all see. Again, this is that old style alarm lock. It's funny to see new ads for stuff. CPR times. I'm sure all of this is wrong now for 1980. The Aloha Museum. Van survey. Oh, to be auction. Yeah, auction vans. Yeah, I want to fill this out. I'd love to fill that out and send it in. See what they do. Security systems. Talking about electrical stuff. We're only through like one magazine here. What is it? Oh, that's a mag. What is this? Oh, I skipped the page. Yep, that's that magnetic lock. What is that? Never even seen one. Thank goodness. Trying to get. Oh, I think I've seen something like this, not personally, but happy Thanksgiving. And just articles of things. So looking at the camera here, there's more CPR. Looking at the camera here, I can see we're like close to 5 minutes already, just flipping through one book. So, not really much interest in this one. be going on in the new year of 81. Check that chap out. Alright, look at that. Crazy. Alright, 1981. So we've got January 81 in the old Scooby-Doo looking van. Access control is what we're talking about here. Here's to a great year, 1981. It's like a shear lock right there. Mortise unit power for sliding door. Yeah, that's gotta be a shear lock. So what are we talking about here? We got the hints and letters to the editor. This is how, when a locksmith didn't know what to do, they would send in letters to the editor, which would get published, and a couple of months later you may see it. So, yep, nowadays you YouTube it. Those are such ugly simplexes. The teardrop ones are cool, those are cool, but I hated those. So ugly. Talking about applicants for LOA. Some of these books literally hadn't been opened in a while. Talking about profit. Profit's out the window nowadays. Old black and white board meeting pictures. Yawn, yawn. Cylinder guards looks like. And since this is my first one of these, I'm going to review this video. I'm still going to upload it because I don't want to do it twice, but I may find a better angle to do this at. Again, this is the first of them. Technical form, service in the Medico padlocks. Japanese cars. Learning Japanese. Learning Japanese Honda locks. Somebody's not retiring, he's renaissancing. Most of it looks like the ends of them are kind of pretty much all the same. So we'll just kind of scroll. There's February. Kansas City. I guess that's where they held their convention that year. DL key lock. Dominion lock. These obviously were put out by LOA, so they're all going to be yapping on and on about how wonderful LOA is. I think the last convention they had, LOA had illegal key proliferation. They misspelled professional. Good job, guys. We're at 9 minutes already. That's crazy. We haven't even got, there's some old BS, Briggs and Stratton lock servicing techniques. Distributor in today's. Police alarmed at burglaries by key. Memphis police. What we got here? Ooh, M-Hart. Oh, y'all are gonna like this one. Hell, I may end the video on this one. I've got a few of these cylinders. They're definitely interesting cylinders. As almost everybody knows, the angle pins caused a lawsuit from Medico or whatever, and Emhart ceased to exist, or was absorbed or something, but basically they were sued by Medico because they were so similar with angle pins or something like that. And this tells all about that. Pin height, how the pins interlocked. Super, super, super neat locks. There's your spacing and all that other interesting stuff. The keyways. Change key. Everything about it. Very good article on Emhart. And there's an Abloy. Abloy introduces their new RC, their removable quarter padlock. Alright, blah blah blah, all low stuff. The 1200 CM. Nice machine. Alright, where were you? March 81. Mr. Security says, for a burglar resistant safe, see your professional locksmith. They spell professional right there. Too bad in 81 they could spell professional right, but they couldn't have. I've got one of these. This is this most awesome key stamp punch thing. I use it for GM and everything, and it's an awesome little punch. Probably that old. The Lane Cedar chest. We've got a few. I showed one of those in a video recently, I think. Oh, 81 class schedule. Let's see what kind of classes they did in 81. This is, I guess, the low prep test thing. So I got basic electricity, key by impression, Abloy, key, basic locksmith classes. It really hadn't changed a lot. I mean, except I'm sure back then some of those classes involve stuff that's not there. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Certified seminar. What's kind of, that's a locker, yeah, locker lock. Advertising in the yellow pages. Yeah, I gave them so much effing money over the years, they can kiss my honey. What is this? Is there part 2? Did they repeat the same article? Or is this, no, we don't, wait a minute. No, that's 2 different ones. I guess this is for the cam lock. No, okay, 2 different articles on Emhart. Wow, talk about plenty of Emhart information. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff there. Wooden locks, an American craft. Very interesting. And advertisements. Alright, so hurrying up. We're at 13 minutes. Oh my god, look at this homeboy. Fire exit only. He is a good guard. So what do we have in there? Ew. Teaching your son to mind your business. Mind your own business. Look at that DL lock. Alright, while we were shopping, so again, this is going to end up what I was hoping to be a 10-minute video. Looks like it's going to end up being a 20-minute video. So if I've already lost your attention, then sorry. Membership applicants. Professional pinning considerations. Door security. Key links for file cabinets. Technical form again. I've over the decades, when I get bored, I'll flip through some of these and read some of the articles. Most of it's just dates and stuff. It really doesn't matter now. But like, this is a thick one. This is August of '81. We skipped from April to August, so I was missing a few there. But there is some more interesting stuff, like latch systems to Special Columbia. And I think on this particular one, I actually tweeted out a bunch of pictures once before out of that, talking about the interesting information in these old books. I like the keys in a '78 GM truck, which back then was still a new truck. Decoding, talking about decoding keys. That's pretty much anybody that did locksmithing in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s. GM 6-cut is just second nature. It ain't the 50s anymore. It's the 80s. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait, what? In the 1950s, we had then came zip pens, and then don't let this happen, but okay, I don't get that. 001 is this next? 0.00001 thousandths. Yeah, that's not ever gonna happen. That would have to be such a super tight tolerant lock that you almost wouldn't be able to make duplicate keys for it. Securing a nuclear power plant. Key cabinet ads. Almost every, looks like alarm lock and all the other big guys. Always did the ads for this guy, for these little books. The Magic of Crime Prevention. Falcon's key cutting machine. Leaving the meaningful dialogue at home. Shirley Sue, bring me another beer. In case you want to freeze that and read that. Oh, let me go back some. Okay. Wage and hourly laws. What is minimum wage? 81, $3. You can't pay less than $3.35 an hour, up from $3.10 in 1980. Awesome. $3.30. So anyway, yeah, I remember these chaps. I did. This is one of the magazines I took some pictures out of. Telling you all about Chrysler columns. I actually did a video on a Jeep column the other day showing you how to at least get to the ignition. Most of them were like GMs. That's showing, okay, this one is actually a Chrysler column, not a GM column. The one I did was a GM column. So anyway, that just goes through the procedure of taking a column, looks like all the way apart, which I would not do. That is a little bit too heavy into the mechanic side. Look at that finish, that crinkle finish Weiser had new. I actually rekeyed a lot just like that today. It was still working. Alright, 19 minutes. So what we have left, we've got September, October, November, and December. Looks like they were having their convention then. So we got types of ownership, funnies. Import autos, what is this? Oh, this is actually pretty good information. This is some of that information that's hard to get your hands on. You have to dig out new car stuff. You have to keep old magazines like this because they do have historical or antique car key breakdowns, but stuff like this out of these books is way more exact. It tells exact information because back then these were new. So anyway, that's all the information looks like on all foreign cars. 25th anniversary of the Loa. Look at that. We hit color photos. Somebody got a new camera. I bet that color camera cost a lot of money. Check out the van that they auctioned. 1981. Sweet. It's like the A-Team van in white. Alright, so just a bunch of convention photos. A bunch of locksmiths dancing there and laying their wives. Yeah. Yeah. Beer bash. Free business publicity. In the news. There is some interesting stuff in here. So like maybe not in this one, maybe I missed it in the other one. But sometimes it's funny to see some of the news that like literally is history now, and now it was current news, or mostly current news. Oh, I hated those deadbolts. So anyway, alright, we're running way out of time. We're 21 minutes. Oh my God, the dog's attacking the locksmith getting into the car. Another ad. Same ad. So I'm just gonna flip through this one kind of quickly. Pick a gift. Action line. Letters to Aloha. High security keys. Reaching for the age-old controversy. Going back. Do not duplicate keys. Good Lord. Even in the 80s, people were freaking over the do not duplicate. You can stamp any freaking thing, do not duplicate. That doesn't mean that it's not duplicatable. It looks like some National and Chrysler codes. Who would think of a locksmith? Who would? Who would? I still have people come in that act like, you know, they don't know anything, that they've never heard it. And, you know, if you've never needed a locksmith, you don't know what we do. Alright, get on up there. Keying procedures, nomenclature. Talking about master keying, change keys, big old Unicorn, Ilko Unicorn ad. And educational opportunities, chickens, cubes, and other fond memories. And it looks like, what is this article start? Richie promotes free enterprise. This is like one of those guys you hear on the radio. Free system. Learn to be the best. Free seminar. Free stop smoking seminar. You only have to buy $8,000 worth of books. Yeah, it's pretty much that 80s style Sega lock. I love Sega business. I've never heard of a Sega lock. Heard of a Sega. Donjo introduces security strikes. Apparently, even in the 80s, people were kicking in doors. The bad guys with the mask. Okay, last but not least, December 81. What the heck is that? Far East Security News. Far East Security News. Christmas gift for you on page 14. Let's go see what the Christmas gift is. Technical form. What is this? Master padlock codes. That's when locksmiths were having to compile the codes because Reed, I believe, was instrumental in doing the code books, and he Japan's expanding safe industry, Chinese locksmithing, low crime rate, Chinese door lock, Who would think of a locksmith part deuce? Lots of talking on locksmith. It's interesting stuff right there. I have to go back and read that just to see about it. Finding a prime location, talking about finding business locations. Okay, here we go. I'm going to send it in the membership recruiting form. Ooh, what the heck? Business reply, it's no postage. I'm going to do it. Should I do it, people? I should, shouldn't I? I'm going to fill one of those out with like crazy information and see what happens. Domestic auto locks. Alright, and lastly we have code series for the old Fords. Those are pricey parts to get a hold of nowadays. And more memories of. Look at that big old vault door, safe vault thing. Circular vault door. Don't forget your elbow grease. Yeah, things were a lot harder back then when you didn't have 20-volt hammer drills and what? Deadbolt driving. Alright, well, we are at way longer than I thought. May have to figure this out. I'll tell you what, like I said, I've got 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. That's when they switched to the bigger magazine style books. It is interesting going through these old books. If you have absolutely no interest in seeing anything else, let me know. If you'd like me or any of this information out of these, if you think it could help you with anything, let me know. Tell me if you want me to do any more of these series. I've got stacks and stacks of them. Should I go faster, slower? Should I just focus on the articles? I don't know. Let me know. I don't know if I should do this as a series or not. I don't really necessarily plan on or really keen on making 30-minute videos just for a year's worth of work, but if y'all truly are interested in seeing stuff like that, let me know and I'll be glad to I guess keep doing it as I can. So there we go. In 1980, just 1 through 81. If we do the next series, if y'all say sure, if you give me a like, if you give me a thumbs up, that will signify that that you're good to go and you are interested in seeing more info. So just let me know. Thanks again for watching and take it easy.